Now they're telling me I have to go work. Now I have to go do all this. Well, I literally got 5 kids. Okay, I'm trying to sit here and spend time with them. I'm not trying to go work.
Oh, 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 oh. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki. I'm just another brown girl in America, and I'm back with another video for you this week because honestly, I saw something this week that has really got me a little razzle dazzled, and it is the entitlement. Can we talk about the entitlement in this country? Let's talk about it. I want to talk about the food stamp program. I want to talk about junk food in some states, and now 6 more states, which make it a total of 12 states, have followed the initiative and getting waivers signed regarding recipients of the SNAP benefits, which is better known as food stamps, not being able to buy sugary drinks and junk food. All right. This is an initiative to make America healthy again, especially people who say they don't have it. So you got some say the taxpayers on one side saying, hey, we pay for this. You shouldn't be feeding your kids this. They shouldn't be eating like this. We should be able to do what we dictate what you eat. I'm not going to say what you eat, but how those benefits are spent. Kind of same thing if we talk about food stamps. To dictate how those benefits are spent. And we don't want them spent making children unhealthy. And then you have some will say, well, they need their sodas, they need their snacks, and they need their chips, and they kids deserve popsicles. All right. So without further ado, I want to take a look at a couple of clips. We are going to watch Fox News because I want you to kind of get full context of what's actually going on. And then we will go from there because we are going to focus on the outrage. Okay. So with that being said, here we go.
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wants junk food stripped from SNAP.
Yeah, this is part of President Trump's plan to make America healthy again. Nearly a dozen states have agreed to the limits. Fox 35's Mike Emanuel has more.
The National Mall was turned into a bustling farmers market Monday, part of the Trump administration's effort to make America healthy again.
We need to lighten up some regulations that allow way more local food to be eaten.
And the administration is going further, approving more waivers allowing states to ban certain junk foods from the list paid for by the SNAP program, formerly known as food stamps.
Today, I'm proud to sign 6 more waivers for Florida, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Colorado.
The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, served more than 41 million people and cost $100 billion in 2024. Before the waivers, the funds could not be used to buy products such as alcohol, tobacco, or prepared foods. In May, Nebraska became the first state to get approval to also restrict soda and energy drinks. Proponents of the waivers, including Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., say they will incentivize Americans to eat healthier.
If you want to buy a sugary soda, you ought to be able to do that. The U.S. taxpayer should not pay for it.
But industry groups like the National Grocers Association raised concerns the waivers could cause confusion among consumers, saying it's up to the government, quote, to determine whether their goals are being met without negatively affecting access to nutritious food. This year, SNAP has served a monthly average of 42 million Americans with about $188 in benefits per person. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
New at 6, Health and Human Services Secretary.
That's it's a bit much. What you think? So yeah, that's what's going on right now. So they are trying to make America healthy again. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comments. Should taxpayers have to foot the bill for individuals who say they can't work and they can't do this? This is what they say. For their kids to eat junk food and sugary drinks and all of these good things. I don't know. But what I did want to do, I wanted to go over a couple articles because I was looking at Ground News. And I like Ground News because, and they don't pay me for this or anything, so I would just like to say that. But I do like Ground News because it lets me know how the left reports on it, how the right, because the left, even when they know it's good, that's how you know they disingenuous and they hate you. Even when they know it's a good thing, just because it's the other side or if it's Trump, that's what they're going to do. They ain't going to do it. So I want you to frame this. So right now, and let me get it right here. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring it up on the screen for you. This. All right. So it says, if you look how the left, so if you look right here, that's how the left reports on it, right? Now just look at the framing on this, and this is how you know they disingenuous. So you got the left report, and this is how they frame it. The United States Department of Agriculture allows 6 more states to limit food aid purchases starting in 2026, affecting certain processed foods like candies and soda. Okay, they put candies there to trigger. Oh, you don't want the babies to have candy. I want you to see this. That's important. Listen to these words. To limit food aid purchases starting in 2026, affecting certain processed foods like sodas and candy. The states where West Virginia, Florida, Colorado, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Texas, all red states, joining 6 others that has similar waivers earlier. Most of them red states. I think it's 12 and 11 of them are red altogether. Agricultural Secretary Brooke Rollins announced these waivers, emphasizing that they promote healthier food options for families in need. More than 42 million people receive SNAP benefits, part of the United States government's largest anti-hunger program. You see that? Now let's listen to how the right frames it. First of all, they give respect. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced that SNAP benefits will now exclude sugary drinks and junk food. You see how they did that? They said sodas and candy. They just wanted to say sodas and candy. And the right where are we at? Is this the same thing? Yeah. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert will now allow sugary drinks and junk food. That's the point I'm trying to make right there, how they compare it. But anywho, that was inconvenient. 6 states, including Florida and Texas, will now define eligible SNAP purchases more strictly, banning items like soda, candy. Kennedy emphasized that SNAP funds were not intended to subsidize junk food and criticized existing dietary guidelines as unclear and influenced by corporate interests. Advocates view the changes as a vital step toward improving public health, while opponents worry about the impact on low-income families and overall efficiency of such restrictions. But of course, you got people that are not too happy about this. So I'm going to show you a couple of clips of entitlement. This is called Clips of Entitlement. All right. Let's go. All right. So here we go.
Fucking news. Trump is goddamn it trying to stop us from getting goddamn it junk food, pops, candy, all that good shit that we be making with our food share. That's some bullshit. So you telling me I can't get the ho-hos and the Zuzus
Did he just say food shares?
and the wham-whams? Why? I know it's bad. It's processed. I know it's bad. And he's not really wrong for it. But at the same time, come on now. We can't buy candy. We can't buy pop. We can't buy nothing processed.
Okay, nobody said you cannot buy that stuff, sir. Literally, you can buy whatever you want with your own money, not with food stamps. Like, stop the cap.
How? What? I can't get no hot Cheetos? I can't get no cookies? I can't make no goddamn s'mores? I need the chocolate for that. Am I tripping? This can't be right. This cannot be right. He got to slow the fuck down. He going too goddamn fast. Hold on. Damn, my kid's gonna be pissed.
Damn right you tripping. Why wouldn't you be tripping? You a whole man. Like, what are you talking about? Give a damn about them kids being pissed. I am so sick of it. Like, first of all, you don't need all that. We just don't need it. Like, it's messing us up. Second of all, go buy your own with your own money, with money I know you got, because that's how you buy blunts. That's how you buy cigarettes. That's how you buy all that stuff. That's how you go to the club. Go pick your kids up, Zuzus and Wham Whams. Dang, like, I don't understand this. So then you got people like this lady. Now, this is a trigger warning for all my upstanding good citizens who pay your taxes and work hard and work your ass off. This is a trigger warning. Okay? Here she go.
From 4,400 in food stamps.
First of all, bitch, I'm sorry. How the hell you get $4,400 in food stamps?
Every month to $38. What am I supposed to get with $38 with 6 kids? How the hell am I supposed to support my kids on $38 in food stamps? Not to mention our disability checks on hold. Our Section 8, my rent isn't getting paid tomorrow. So I have to come up with $1,100. Okay? I am allergic to work. I can't work.
Girl.
I refuse to work.
You know what? I forgot she said that. I ain't seen in a while. I just downloaded. Girl, did she just say what I think she said? She allergic to work? That just pissed me off. Help her. See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't have nothing against food stamps. I do not have nothing against people getting the stuff as a leg up when they needed it. But I definitely have something against people who don't want to work, who use the system, who sit around and do nothing all day while I work my tail off. No, like, seriously. I go $1 over the income cap. I can't even get a little help around here. I got to do all type of side jobs, run my own business, got my regular job, trying to create a YouTube channel, getting myself out. I'm not finna whine. I'm not finna cry out victim, but bitch, you not finna sit here and tell me you allergic to work if you lost your ever-loving mind. Excuse my French. Shit, I'm tired right now. You know what? This is why. This is why people done. Like, ain't nobody got time for this shit, man. Like, this bitch says she allergic to work. And she meant that.
The whole reason I had kids was the amount of government benefits that you get for one child. And now, with the dependent age being 7 and younger, none of my kids are dependents now. None of them, because they're all older than 7. So how am I supposed to live?
Bitch, get a fucking job.
How do I feed my kids on $38? This is not okay. Not okay.
You know what? I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I don't hate her, but I hate this mindset. I hate this entitlement bullshit. Whew, it is like a disease. It is like a cancer. Just infects. And I done been on government assistance before, but I've never had that mindset. I never wanted them people in my business. I always only used it just to get through in between the job, whatever. When I was younger, then I realized I had to get my butt up. If I wanted better for myself, I wanted to feed my kids. If I wanted to buy them a popsicle. It's hard out here. Cost, thank God, because of Mr. Trump going down, President Trump. But ain't fast enough. And we still struggling from last year, from Bidenomics. People out here door dashing, create new business streams of income, start new YouTube chat, anything to try to take. Is y'all lost y'all mind, girl? Get the hell out of here. First of all, let's talk about something. When you want to talk about the food stamps, you want to talk that, you want to talk about what we pay for. We pay for your food stamps in turn, which makes us have to pay more for your health care because most, where did that at? I even wrote it down. Hold on. I ain't gonna even talk about. So 40% of SNAP recipients are obese, while 30% of people who not on SNAP, same demographic, same income, all of that, are obese. So that 40 to 30. So you talking about all these people, 70% of SNAP recipients are on Medicaid. So at 40% that's obese, most likely get Medicaid. You get sicker, you get healthier, you laying in the bed, you got pus coming out your legs, can't move, high calorie, overweight. And I'm just keeping it 100. Shoot, they just spent $170 billion annually on this mess. Then you got these men, these beta men on her whining about stamps. You ain't the only one. Listen to this fool.
Trump has cut my food stamps from $2,800 down to $350. Now, what am I supposed to do? Huh? So I literally just got this piece of mail today saying that due to new policy changes from the Trump administration, all this shit, whatever, that all these cuts and whatever he's doing over there, now they're telling me I have to go work. Now I have to go do all this. Well, I literally got 5 kids. Okay, I'm trying to sit here and spend time with them. I'm not trying to go work. You know, 50, 60 hours a week so I can pay bills. I just really don't understand. You know, I voted for him this last election because I thought
This fool said he don't understand. I don't understand. So you telling me we both confused? You confused or why you got to get up and go work 40 to 50 hours a week like men should do, and like most of everybody do, women and men alike. You got some animals working more than that. So you could pay your bills. See, most of these people, that's how I know them. The Bible say you don't work, you don't eat. It is as simple as that. These men are some cucks. He said he need to not work, get food stamps, so he could sit at home and play video games with his kids.
Well, he had good was going on, but now all of a sudden, all this policy stuff's coming out, and
then what did you think you was voting for him for? Was you even listening? What did you vote for him for? What? Shut the.
Now he's making all these cuts, and now he doesn't want to help the less fortunate people no more. I'm done with that guy. I'm done with that guy. I'm not. If he gets voted in again, I'm leaving this country because I'm not dealing with this no more. This is all shit.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. First of all, he said if he get voted in again, he leaving the country. First, he can't get voted in again. First of all, this is his last term. Like, it's over. Third of all, how are you leaving the country? You won't even work 40 hours to feed your kids. See, we don't want to talk about all that. We like our snacks and we like our junk. I used to be addicted to snacks. I ain't gonna even lie. I think it's some addictive stuff in there, but I have trained myself not to eat a lot of cupcakes when I wake up and all of that good stuff. But I used to be addicted to snacks, and it was really bad because I didn't gain weight the most. Like when I ate, I did at some point in my life, but for a long time, I just remained the same. And I love me a good cupcake for breakfast. So speaking of the kids, I want to talk about the effects. Like, we get mad because of like the taxes and the money and just the laziness and all of that. But real talk, this is unhealthy, and this is a good thing, especially for these babies. Now, I know people get the argument, you got your food desert. Okay, you got a food desert. I understand food deserts, but you're going to have to get it how you live, baby. Either way, you're going to have to go to the grocery store, but you ain't never going to the grocery store again. Is that what you're telling me? So all we got is the corner stores that we can go to, and you know how much they food costs, and they overprice everything, or we can do this, but I bet you can go in there and buy water instead of soda. I bet you can go buy apple juice, orange juice. I do it all the time instead of soda. Junk food, candy. Those stores be having all type of stuff. I get it, but you're going to have to go to the store. You're going to have to cook. You want some sweet baked cake. I'm the best kind anyway. But, so you got the food desert critics who saying about the food desert. That's their excuse. You got to go to the corner stores. That's their excuse. Oh, you don't have time because we work too much. We don't have time to prepare a meal. That's some bullshit. People been working and cooking for their kids a long time. I know it gets hard. I know it ain't easy sometimes, but you got to push through. That's how I know it's pure laziness. It's got to be. But let's talk about the cognitive effects. It affects, if we talking about just eating a bunch of sugary food, learning, memory, and academic performance. See, I came to tell y'all something today. A significant amount of research suggests that diets high in sugar can have a negative impact on a child's ability to learn and perform academically. Impaired cognitive function studies have linked high sugar intake to difficulties with memory and learning. Research from the University of Southern California indicated that the daily consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages during adolescence could impair performance on learning and memory tasks in adulthood. The study conducted on rats I hate rats. I hate saying it. On rats suggested that the changes in gut bacteria might be a key factor in this sugar-induced memory. Now, why they test stuff? Why they don't test stuff? I don't know. On stuff that's more like us. Attention and focus. When a child consumes a large amount of sugar, their body releases a surge of insulin to process it. This can be followed by a crash, which makes them sleepy, which makes their blood sugar levels drop, leading to lethargy, irritability, and difficulty concentrating in the classroom. This sugar roller coaster can make it challenging for students to pay attention to the lessons and retain information. Let's talk about behavioral effects. Hyperactivity. You kids, you talking about the kids bouncing around, jumping off the walls. Then you feed them a bunch of sugary cereal, which ain't nothing wrong with cereal. Everybody like a little cereal every now and then. But you feed them the cereal, you feed them honey buns, we feed them cakes, we feed them all this stuff, and then send them right off to school. Now they bouncing off the walls at the school to the teacher. Now the teacher saying they got a behavior problem. Now that's when you know they trying to put them in IEP and all this other crazy stuff. And lo and behold, it's all because of too much sugar and junk food. That was a lot. So, with that being said, you want to go see these different studies, but it definitely, you want to go on and on. We can talk about parental expectations. You know, it can influence the perception of child behavior, indirect conflicts in school life. So, you know, in conclusion, while the idea of a sugary high leading to hyperactivity is largely considered a myth, a substantial body of research indicates that the diet's high in sugar can negatively affect a child's cognitive abilities, including memory and attention, which are crucial for success in school. Furthermore, the indirect health consequences of having excessive sugar consumption can also hinder a child's overall educational experience. Yeah. So go look into that. Let's keep the kids safe. And that stuff also applies to adults. Like, think about when you're going to work, you crash and you're sleepy. The junk food is just not good for the human body. But thank God we got some sensible people in the world. We're going to take one look at this one last video of a young lady that actually got some sense. And then we're going to go from there. We're going to be out.
The amount of obese people in this country, SNAP benefits should ban junk foods, right? The amount of people suffering from some form of diabetes, SNAP benefits should ban junk food. The Black community, we should not be mad about this. We should not be upset about this. We are not prioritizing dental health in this country. We're talking about, why are Black boys out here tripping? How many Black boys have bad dental health? How many Black boys are receiving their first dental procedures when they get incarcerated, right? We go look at those statistics. People won't be complaining. How many people are in long-term care facilities simply because they're obese and they cannot toilet themselves, they cannot bathe themselves, they're suffering from infections and diseases simply because they're obese? Those are the reasons. Fuck what you feel like you deserve and don't deserve. Once your weight becomes someone else's problem, once your care becomes someone else's problem because you simply can't do it, because you literally cannot walk from the toilet to your bed, right, without passing out because you're so obese, or breaking a fucking bone, fracturing your knees because you're so obese, that's when it becomes a public health concern, okay? That's when it becomes a public health concern, right? Junk food, sugars, carbs, they're becoming a public health concern, right? It's negatively affecting the American population. Fuck what y'all feel like, oh, that's not a big deal. It is a fucking big deal, right? It's a fucking big deal when someone's in a facility because they're 600 pounds and they're allowing them to eat pizza and wings and chips and cakes and cookies and pops and Mountain Dew. They love fucking Mountain Dew. That's when it becomes a public fucking issue. It becomes a public fucking issue when you're dependent of care of someone else and you're literally 300 pounds and you cannot go to the toilet and I have to change you and I'm hurting my body because you're obese. And we have not promoted healthy eating at all in America. We're not making that a priority. People are literally suffering from illnesses and diseases because of their diets. Y'all are not taking it serious enough. And y'all do not care until y'all are laying in a hospital bed, until y'all are dependent of care, right? That's when y'all want to be like, okay, I'm going to start eating healthy. I'm going to stop drinking liquor. I'm going to stop eating sugars. That's when y'all want to go. It's too fucking late. You already lost your fucking limbs. Like, make it make sense.
And not only that, if we're talking about when it's becoming dependent on other people, it ain't just about the healthcare, because that's a whole nother thing too. But I'm going back to the taxes. I don't care. I saw some comments the other day, the girl making a video talking about why we care. What you mean why we care? We care, first of all, that you won't get up and go get a job. We care that you won't better yourself. We care that you keep making all these kids for no reason. You heard what that lady said? She having kids because she knowing there's a lot of people out there like that. So with that being said, we got because you obese, because you got to be rolled over, you on Medicaid, we're paying for that. So now we got to pay for your food, paying for you to get sick, paying for you to make the kids sick. And then we got to pay to not even fix you because you still going to keep the same eating habits to just keep you going. Man, you know what? Like I said, I'm sorry, y'all. That just frustrated me, this whole little situation, because people out here struggling, people working their butts off, including me. So yes, I definitely take it personal. That even if I wanted to go get $38, sir, I couldn't. But I ain't tripping. You know why? Because there's too many ways out here in America to make money. What's holding you back is your drive, the will to do it, the passion to do it, the self-esteem to do it, and purity and laziness. That's what's stopping you. It's not the big bad white man. It's not the government. It's none of those things. So I'm just another brown girl in America. Y'all let me know what you think. Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Show me some love. Let me know if you disagree. Let me know what you think. Because, baby, the entitlement out here is ridiculous. Oh, 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 oh.